nimman tonya ko ñoy anata ko min ko campaign man tonya ko ñoy for example like ko kono ndolu campaign le kankino ne ko but on capital you can really say we are united at the end nimman tonya ko ñoy ko dum la ban man ni ko kamin ko o kafo kafu me ya lon ko alora bataro kan o kafo kafu me ya lon ko al bentaje bari al man pare ka tonya ko ñoy at the end of it, so basically, this is why I feel like I have to come out and speak. They have to trust me or they have to believe me. But I not drunk actually they want to hear the truth. These are the kind of people I am speaking to. I know people have different views, different mirrors, and that's all right to think anyhow you want to think. But at the end of it, I am speaking to people who left like a Tonya long and will return the Tonya for unity. Because at the end of it, Tonya and Femoti, Maya Longo, will have been Sambala Nyato. Tonya fonti me ya lonko wolebe kafoni bambandila mbadumulu recently kutema ban lebe caring, and I think it's high time na diamu, because at the end of it koning silongo yeta isilenta foleba ngo silongo kama ekobe kula daring ibe falale e makala muta, because I silongo ya tinna far because isilenta like in a war field, if you need silata ekele nyola, basically I along go silata at the end of it, pry far is very simple, or pry kuku ninkela is very simple, because already I get a quite silantale, so basically silamu fended me alongo, I don't think we should accept it. Well, I think it could be sinan nakacha tonyala tonya me yalongo wole be sama dilana wole be fen dilana me yalongo sama mbede mfon jele wala kono. Okay, let's start all this conversation now. I keep saying this and mkatunyum follow all the time. United Democratic Party from 2016 Kananan 2018 for 2018 convention together. We all know Mburunhale be caring nung. Because from 2017, 2018, President Adama Barrow, Meya Long UDP la tombong, UDP President Barrow tombong, ya Lundi at the convention ya tombong, and he became the president of the republic. So to a point, we believe this. Okay, sign President Barrow resigned from UDP. He resigned from UDP basically. Kabla resigned the UDP. Aketa coalitional leadership. Coalitional leadership, but yes, still, UDP believe this President Barrow is our President Barrow. That was the belief of the United Democratic Party. That was the belief of the supporters of the United Democratic Party. Already resigned from UDP. In fact, when we were even going on the campaign, at some point, UDP t-shirt le former theater than other political parties t-shirt. UDP t-shirt le former theater than even the coalition quality. That is something me along con mayo lonjande. UDP ya mutale afe, UDP now grew to nyolale, UDP na lata nyolale, for I alaya for I mansaya nyinta ayasodo, I presidency nyinta ayasodo. So but kabla presidency you should sign. Basically you resign from a party, you resign from a party leadership. So but at that point, there's still one President Barrow being the coalition leader, they still want President Barrow for UDP after resigning from the UDP. So for coal starter, President Barrow start paying a starter can the UDP Kiaman Joe, a starter can the UDP Dibito Joe. Duala mo kalam tajang. Let's call a spade a spade. Ule diamo kedajang, ko President Barrow can the UDP Dibito Le Joe. President Barrow and the UDP Kiamanu Lejo. So we see that that action of President Barrow at the time, that was undermining the party. So to a point, now those people, the actors Mele Alongo, they were the one leading that. At some point, we feel like it's no more safe now. Even at the executive now. So that is how the likes of Lamin Cham, because Lamin Cham was one of the closest to President Barrow. The likes of Lamin Cham have to, a rule have to come in. From the likes of Lamin Cham, Ude Sise, who has been in the female youth wing for a long time, Ude Sise, Woldolu Boda, Pati Okono. Woldolu Boda executive Okono at some point. Because we feel like President Barrow will call Melekekam. These are the people Melialongo, will action on in play camp, and these are the people Melialongo, Melialongo, they were fighting for that cause. So just to protect the party, we have Noel Bondile, Lamin Cham, but has the youth president of the party. Ude Fanam from the youth, from the female wing, Ude Stefan Bodaye. So basically, if we could do that, Nyata and say, okay, no. Noel Bondi, from the executive position, we replaced them by other people in 2018 Congress. What do you Keta and no Sabale Kual Keta, there was Kabudul Keta, and when those Kabudis happen, but at the end of it, when we went to Congress, everything comes together. And remember, that was what caused the departure of Lamin Jatta. Because Lamin Jatta was the deputy chairman for West Coast Region UDP, and Bariswa Cham was the chairman. So, but at some point there was a particular camp, there was a particular team. They were grooming. Lamin Jatta to take Biswa Chamula position in those days. That is why there was a big problem in the UDP Congress in West Coast. This is why Lamin Jatta and the co, at the end of it, they have to leave the party, because we see that these are people, these are the great, great enablers of President Barrow. So we feel like, it's not safe for us to allow them to lead, UDP in the region. So Woketa, Bariswa Cham, lost his position, because Bariswa Cham at the time was a presidential advisor, was the president's political advisor. But because of that because of that problem where Bariswa Cham, lost a position as the presidential political advisor, and he remained as the chairman for West Coast region. We'll do the and we've seen all of them. And that time Kamina for President Barrow, go is paying our chairmans, is paying some of the party supporters, is paying some of our National Assembly members. It went to a problem, to a position where even a national executive member has to be expelled from the party, because that was how Alaji Jawara Nyolu, that was what caused Alaji Jawara, Bilal Tunkara, Abulai Sise, and all this to be expelled from UDP. That was what actually caused it. Because this way people we see them go, they are not pushing the agenda of the party, but instead they are pushing the agenda of President Barrow. And President Barrow was was a member of the party, was the president at the time. But we see him as a member of the party, we adore him, we appreciate him, and we sit in platform and say Barrow is our Barrow. But we feel like they are pushing Barrow's agenda for Barrow to take over the party over Usainu Dabo. From them over there. That was what was said here. And that was the main reason that Wolu, and the party have to expel them because of their stand, because of the way they are defending Barrow, because of the way they're trying to hijack the party, and those were the people Barrow was paying, Barrow ben Wole Joka. So coming up, Kakadaba go drunk Jamola Punkana Major. So no 2020. And 2020 Congress, a lot of things happen in 2020 Congress. A lot of things happen in 2020 Congress. More 2020 Congress, we went to a presidential election. Before presidential election, a lot of things happened before presidential election. And there was hopes of little changes in 2021. But unfortunately, those changes didn't happen. And we went with with Alaji Usainu Dabo, and unfortunately, Naganaka election will lose to Alaji Usainu Dabo. But immediately after we lost the election, in 2021, and we've all seen what happened. Najele Kujama Baleketa, a lot of things happen. So many people fold their hands. And some of the people were there to fight, to see that go, the party come back to its order. Modul Natanana Tanaje, Yela Katakulke, Kabila Katakulke, party only Musanang, we went to a National Assembly election. Kabinda National Assembly election, at the end of it, started to fight back. And we were lucky, alhamdulillah, we were able to secure 15 seats and 1 independent candidate. We'll make it in 2022, National Assembly. Later, and then we went to, to a Congress. And when we went to a Congress, there were a lot of things in the Congress. There were intention to do a lot of changes there. But we were very cautious. There are some changes, if we want to do those ones, it's going to affect our future election coming. That is the mayor's election, the chairman's election, the councillor's election. We are all coming, and we were expecting if we do some certain changes, at the executive at the time, it might cause trouble. So we're at some changes happen though, and some of the changes we actually want to do although we have some differences there. There were some chaos, model tema, fitnol binta model tema jere, will be better. But at the end of it, Nana ko fitnol befa, that mayor's and chairmanship and councillors election, and UDP happened to come out with, it's like our Lafongoni started to grow again, like from the National Assembly, we went to the councillorship, we grow, and then we came back to, chairman and mayorship also, we grow there. Na Banyun win, na KMC win, na West Coast win, na LRR win. Nyamo Gambia just school, Gambia just school at some point, and we were even about to win even not bank, but because cool like the word na man not bank municipal we know. So Ntatao nyama bitakang. But now, cooking mbenya ndakang hatlo to the bag because diamo men baby caring thing. Who were the people Melia Kumas? Jumalea Kumasi, Jumaleba Kokoma, Numol Melialo, Diamo de Kumasi. What is their intention? Actually, did we actually know their intention? Now, London from Malo, I'm talking to people with genuine, thoughts. Melialongo, basically, if it's Tonya generally, if it's Tonya, if it's like a Tonya info. Mon Melialongo, will let him Diamo be Kumas. Mon Melialongo will let him fit no be Kumas. Jumale Womulti. And they were speaking for who? This is something we all have to know it. They were speaking for who and what was exactly their intention. You understand? And what was the thought of the people? Let's call a spade a spade. What was the thought of the people? What should happen at that time? Stop. What was it? Let's call a spade a spade. Because yalo nunko na kenyo kam. Nunko na nyo bunya. Nunko na we have a very good, a unified, a solid political party. We must be bold enough to speak the truth. Right? And in fact, I want to remind people, the likes of Yunus Hydra. Come on. Yunus Hydra is someone Mayor Longo. I UDP Dankale. Ako UDP will never rule this country. So somebody Mayor Longo I UDP Danka. Let's call a spade a spade. Mo Mayor Longo I UDP Dankale. And I Dankale in minute. I UDP Danka then in minute. Let's call a spade I UDP Dankale. Mo me UDP Danka. Ako UDP alama ala danna ala kana Gambia jarabi UDP masakundala. So new Wayajako UDP is coming up. New Wayajako UDP at some point allow Duani Mboy Kane. He will do whatever to make sure a UDP divide. He will do whatever to make sure UDP kana mansaya soto. That is the truth. That is the main intention of Yunus Hydra. But let's call a spade a spade. Yunus Hydra, when he came to this country, he was dining and whining with who? And you might never dine town, even wine town. He was celebrated by who? You might never celebrate in the Facebook. You might never dine and work in Facebook. Let's call a spade a spade. We have a leader. The amount of disrespect he has sent to our leadership. Another, for example, let's say Usenu is not our flag bearer. but Ousseynou is our leader. But the amount of disrespect to an extent that Yunus Hassan have said it, Ousseynou has been compromised. Let's say Ousseynou is not our flag bearer. Ousseynou is not our flag bearer. Yes, okay, fine. He is not our flag bearer. We accepted it. Ousseynou is not our flag bearer. Ousseynou is not our flag bearer. Yes, let's accept that. Ousseynou is not our flag bearer. That's the truth. But now Ousseynou is our leader. But you are already telling people, it have a model already go. Yes, Ousseynou Dabo is already been compromised and complicit. That's what you've said. Somebody who have said that in the social media platform. We are now celebrating that person for doing whatever you want to do. Just look at the patriotic carte. Just look at the patriotic. That is what exactly is happening in this party. But we know all what is happening. We know all what is happening. And you all have to accept the truth and move on. When they do their fight, yele keloke. At the end of it, they see the way things are going on, and now the only thing now they feel they can be survived. They can be survived now is to bring tribal politics. Tumalame yalon ko yela ko be kasai, and ila jero ko ila miroto, membe to balum la no, is to bring tribal politics. Is to play a victim card. That's the truth. And but billahi wallahi tallahi. Adama Dungo, Niano Molie Kong, Niano Molie Kumo be former, but Adama Dungo is a hanje tonya. After playing, after doing whatever, people celebrate them, people do whatever. The only thing they believe for now can sustain them, the only thing can prevail them over others is to use tribal line now. Tribalism. But come for draw, Gadiam Hakil Mali. Gadiam Mole Melanco, they are following activities. Gadiam Mole Melanco, they think it can mirror it can call for harm. But now, let's go back to the story now. Let's go back to the grassroots now. Nye Mole Melanco, it can ajang, it can Homoleko, Ninkar Nolman character, this mean ko, Manikaya Fasa Yoleke. But these people, Nye Mole in 2018, Kabrin Nadol, Kabrin, Talib Tombong, over. If I get Ture, over Mr. Ture, over Musa Jambe, over Papanjai, they did not come out and said, "Go, na Mandingayale Fasa." Imawofo. Let's call it a spade. Imawofo. So why now? Why now? And who actually tell them? Dumalaya Fotoleko, we are going to select owners over Talib. Dumalaya Fotole. Let's say, I still believe this is their own opinions. And one have to respect one's opinions. But now, what they are trying to portray, what they are trying to make the public to believe, what they are trying people in the social media to believe, the way they're trying to portray us, the way they're trying to caricature us. Let's call a spade a spade. Because in 2018, the convention in 2018 mayor's election in KMC, it was very competitive. It was very competitive. To an extent, people have to come and do some jobs. It was one of the people, they were vying for the position at the time. They have to do some labor for the people so that people can support them, so that people can back them. Papanjai was going all places. Silo Dokula, thank you, this guy, thank you Ture, Mustafa Ture Nyolu, even Mola Silo Dokula, and Talib Nyolu, they were building toilets, at some point they even have a charity group, they even have a charity organization at that point. That was in 2018. And Talib was supported by everyone. He was supported by everyone in the party. And that in that aspect we said unity. Odula mafoko UDP ye maninga ya fasa like mawofo. Mafoko UDP any tribal table like in those days. Mawofo. That was not what we said. Mawofo olu otumo. And that was the moment. Mayalongo Talib was never known in the political space. He was never known in the political space at the time. Yes, his mother was known, but even his mother was doing and we all believe that, we all accept that. We all accept that our mother actually stood for Hussein. We all know that, and we all accept that, and we will keep appreciating that all the time. We all appreciate that one, and we all appreciate the efforts she has been doing for the party. We all accept that. But that moment in 2018, Talib was not into politics. He was not into politics. He just came into politics in 2018. Initially, he even wanted to be a member of parliament, but later, he later become a mayor of KMC. It was supported by every UDPian. It was supported by all tribes, Mandinkas, Fulas, Jolas, Seres. Everyone in the Gambia supported that cause, and Talib became the mayor. And let's call a spade a spade. During that time, in 2018 to 2023, whatever Talib does, we all support it. We all support it. Yes, let's call a spade a spade. All the development Talib was doing, we all support it. And we were all celebrating him. All the development what he was doing, we were all celebrating it. All the development landing was doing, we were all celebrating it. And all of us, our focus was how to bring Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo Mba to the State House. That was what was happening from 2017 to 2021. Alhaji Ousainou Dabo was our main focus. Uba Ousainou main focus, and we were so united to take Alhaji Ousainou to the State House. That was our focus. That was our focus. So what changed? Why all this brouhaha? Because there are others they join in the race. Is that completely fair? Let's call a spade a spade. Yes. Let's call a spade a spade. You want about denial of UDP? You want about denial of those people who are calling UDP for if UDP select any Mandinka candidate, or any Mandinka leadership over Talib, this means go UDP be Mandinka Fasada. But they did not actually said this in 2018. Because UDP selecting Talib at that point, UDP be Sido le Fasaka over Mandinkas. Tribal politics man nafa soto. We keep saying this because that is how they portray United Democratic Party. But now, let's go and look at the executive of United Democratic Party. They are of different tribes, but yet still. And now, let's look at our leader, Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo. Yes, Ousainou is a Mandinka. Ousainou is Mandinkole. But now, let's look at the surrounding of Alhaji Ousainou Abubakar Numukunda Dabo. Ba Ousainou la musol be musul wallet. Adumulu barinu musul wallet. And musul wallet sidal. Let's call a spade a spade. But yet still, they want to make people believe that UDP Mandinka party unity. That is the truth. And people think because of the way they portray UDP in that way, this is why UDP is not winning election. That's what other people are saying. And this is what other people believe. And this is what other people think, oh yes, Nimu Mandinka quality. Let's call a spade a spade. So whoever think of that word or that comment favors whoever, that will new will be Tilanyola. But Nyanta can happen to see for them fast hotel. My mother, may enter Wulu, Flora. My mother, my born mother, may Wulu, Flora, Jallo Jail. Flora. Yes, my father is a Mandinka, but my mother is a Fula. So let's call a spade a spade. So especially until young ones, whenever we are discussing politics, we got tribe Dundiji. Yes. Because if you want to put, for example, today, if you are trying to say, in UDP, selecting any Mandinka over Talib, this means go Mandinka partiality. So UDP is selecting me, for example, over Talib, where is Mandinka partial. So this means go, that should bar me. When another day I have the competence, another day I have the everything, the know-how and everything, I have the popularity, whatever. So I should not be selected over Talib because I'm a Mandinka. Because I'm a Mandinka. Just look at that. Just look at that discrimination over me. That's what exactly they're trying to portray. That's what they actually want people to believe. But is that the truth? For what I'm telling you, let's call a spade a spade. When I contributed, when I contributed to make sure that Talib become the mayor, I contributed. I fought hard in 2018 to make sure Talib become a mayor. And in 2023 also, the same thing. The night they have a problem, I was there. I mean, people who were close, they know. We all stand firm to make sure. And I was going to TVs and others. So like, for example now, me fighting for Talib to be something, well, it's not a crime. But now whoever has to fight for me to be something is a crime. Let's call a spade a spade. Juman lebo foka. Juman lebo potreka. So we should not talk. We should not talk about that. Anybody who want to kill a political career, I should not talk about that. Anybody who want to feel like I should not talk about that. So talking about that means I'm tribalist. I did not condemn. I did not condemn. For example, I did not condemn any other tribe to have their political parties. And I never said this UDP is a Mandinka party. I never said so. But they are the ones who are saying that. And that they are that that is what is going into politics. That is what is going into the public. Into the public. That is what others are believing. That's in fact the worst thing is Jumal Lekanyumfo. Jumal Lekanyumfo. These are our own Mandinkas. Because it's something that is well calculated. It is well calculated. Because of Mandinka Dimul, law, Ni UDP left Banco win, they have to select someone who is not a Mandinka. It will Lakafu, Mandinka Dimul Lakasi Ekanimfo. Mandinka Dimul. But that's not a crime. That's not a crime. Yeah, that's not a crime. So that is the problem about. That's the whole situation as of now. Hey, democracy level care in Bangkok. Momo, ilata menna. I believe the philosophy menna. I believe the core menna. Ikabula wolo noma. Ikabula wolo noma. Go. Let's look. Natana from Yoruba. Kaboko yuri di mandinka patriotic. Kuma lenyi meya long aka fole when we were young. Aka fole when me and whoever into politics today, when we were not in the politics. But that doesn't stop other tribes to join UDP. People may have got the reason. People may have got they really understand that word near among the tonati. When I was young, this message was going on. Ya jembe na jenne, ya jembe ya kuma sifal for jenne. But let's call a spade a spade. Nindiamo baby carry na jam. How many times Mulbafalo go Talib have to come out and condemn? Talib have to come out and speak. Sinyajel Mulbafalo, Talib have to come out and speak to the people. But why Talib did not come out in those days? Because he doesn't care about me. Because Dolakafo, he doesn't care about us. Dolakafo, he doesn't care about us. Because maybe he cares about someone. May I long he feel like no diameter, no important corner. That is going to be the time he's going to talk. Please let us be logical here. Let us be logical. Let us know it. Because Nimban Tonya at the end of it, unity, there will be no unity for the Tonya for Noe. For the Tonya for Noe. Yes. Because New Kumaka made a follow. But Talib need to come out and address this issue. Talib need to come out and condemn these people. During the period, he should come out and distance himself from them in reality. But did he do it? Why am I? Because we are not important today. Maybe ordinary supporters from Melka Findikapo, you need to come out and talk. Those people are not important for him to come and respond. Those people are not important for him to come and talk. And in fact, to a level, even some senior executive members feel like he need to come and address some of these people. They stood by him to say, those words are dividing the party. But he never did it. He never did it. Because he was waiting for something. That's what he wanted. He was waiting for a moment, when he speaks, everybody will believe in him. Let's call a spade a spade. But that's what he thinks. Yes? So, more jama, people start coming, Moldo Kumul Fala, wallahi, Suma wallahi, Alalamu Jomo Bela Sedo. Ntesit Bosongo. Billahi wallahi tallahi. Mbeyam Kumadabo Balale. But I know Nyata Menkela and Manyana Menkela. But Kukili Lata Walla, Tonyan Dena Sila, Nobula Tonyan no all the time. I believe in truth and I will always follow the truth. I believe in truth and I will always follow the truth. Niano Kana Fensoto. Niano Kana Fensoto. Niano Mobe Jamfana. Kukili Lata Walla. Nga men for Tonya Lemban for Tonyante. Lata Walla. Ninga Tonya for Alhamdulillah. Summa Alhamdulillah. Ninga Tonya for. Ha. Alhamdulillah. Summa Alhamdulillah. Nze Tonya for Moliam Kong. Hey. Kila Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Atatalaka Tonya for. Mekan kole atatela ka tonya bo medina kole dol ya konne but dol laftalale but because milaka ka tonya memfo but wo tonya men kila nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam atatanun ka wala fo wo tonya wala la banta madina sata kono wo tonya wala kafiya burka madina sata kono wo tonya wala kafiya burka maka sata kono because tonya don alata wala tonya don alata wala akol yada bake lonna ko nayo tonya fo isa batandi se ko be kala utumo kafiya be wona nyame maka sata kono utumo kafiya be wona nyame madina sata kono bari wo man kila nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam aman silang alada nyina lako ate alala kila ala mate ala ya ki menna nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam abe wala kala anu ala kuma kawum tonyalati wo kuma kawni abe wala fala madina kolye andum mel laftala wal laftala bimbe tembo men kono medina sata kono nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam atele ke ta ala kuma kawna sabata je maka sata kono ala kuma kawna sabata je kadu melekata ataka to nyale banki ala muli alma ale mbula mol kono meli algo mbetana to nyale fe anatara mol don konna bar mbel na lo to nya fe na to nya fasa ko ila yomiti na to nya fa ko ila yomiti yim diamo nyin ameta kelele yim diamo nyin meta kelele andum nyin diamo nyin was part of diamo meli alon ko usenu dabala politika career batandi bakel. Let's call a spade. Ni maninga ya ko me kafo billahi ni ay usenu batandi bakele ala politiko kono. Bal jumala ba ko usenu is tribalist. Mo me ya loko maninga muso am suru muso le babul ala friends wol musul wallet. Ala close friends are people me ya loko they are not even mandingas. Ikaw command ikaw go tribalism ikaw a level of all whatever, and that's what they have been saying. That's what they keep saying up to a level. It's like when they everybody, many people try to portray him as tribalist when Usenu is not tribalist. When Usenu have stood for people, they were in this country in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, in the Court of Appeal, and everywhere. Ba Usenu numukuna dabo lota mobile alora sio bele I sio bele defend banko kanja and sio bele mtelpi banko kanja. But that was the moment they start saying it. It's a kind of moment. I mean, because some people fear to speak about it. Mo jama bal silata utumo tuma be Usenu nondikang be Usenu balo nondikang Usenu ha Usenu is tribalist ha manigayateng. I mean, we were so complicit with it. And that is something I feel like still, I mean, that is where some of these people are portraying UDP as a Mandika party. Now, Yankuba Dabo, Meyalonko, Mobe Alonko, Yankuba Dabo, the contribution of Yankuba Dabo in the United Democratic Party. Kimala Molo, Yankuba was in the UK. I don't know, Uncle Tel. Jumala Uncle Tel Banko, member of Loco. Yankuba did not fight during the struggle. Yankuba Dabo did not fight for the party. Yankuba Dabo came into the political space just in 2023. Yankuba Dabo was in the UK, Sumaya Kono, Kuol Kono. He was in the forefront to fight against dictatorship here. He spent his money, ala full energy, he used it, ka dictatorship fight him. Who will deny that in the internet? When the evidence are already there. When the evidence are already there. Another now, we take the sacrifice to leave Abadoko Man being a lawyer in the UK. It took a lot of sacrifice. It took a lot of bold steps. It took a lot of bold steps. Kananan jump to be a chairman. To be a chairman. Mayor Longo be to be a chairman in West Coast region. You cannot earn nothing more than $60,000 last year. To be a chairman, you cannot earn nothing more than $50,000. Nothing more than if you look at the rate of pound, you cannot earn even more than 800 pounds a month. He came back to this country and do that, having less than $1,000 in a month. Somebody working in the UK earning more than 1,000 pounds in a month. I can mention a set of 1,000 pounds. Why not? I can mention that about even 1,000 pounds. About it's not even more than 60,000 or even up to 60,000 for Amasi. Somebody who does that. Another Murkola, the service people have given him, he give all his energy. Kakamesoko, he have to deliver to the people. Kamesoko, he fulfill all his campaign promises. Because that was what he told the Gambian people. I will have a Gambian call it. If you elect me, and so far so good, those who were listening to Yankuba Dabo's campaign promises, I meant for Gambian call it. That is what exactly he is doing. Is that a crime to fulfill your campaign promises? Is that a crime? From crime, I meant for Mole Cabrata Palazzo Nibulu, Pur Aitaro Barakam, Pur Aitaro Kekam, for B, crime the Gambia Banco Kanja. Is that a crime? You meant for Mole during your campaign, for Palazzo Dila, Purka Palazzo, Purka okay, form crime multibam, form fitnolity bombarding. Let's call a spade a spade. Another Abadokura is focused. Nyaba Dokokam is doing his job. Yena non kolenge yo drag. Ya samanang, ya drag. Ima drag into a very neutral conversation where you will not even involve any ethnicity, where you will not even involve any tribe. You can make your analysis. You can make your analysis based on competency. You can make your analysis based on development. Nobody should stop you on that. You can make your analysis based on competency. You can make your analysis. Sila analysis kenole and momo la dogola, momo jikola, momo la barola. But even analysis kekam, you are condemning other tribe. You are trying to kill other tribe. Like the same way they did to Alai Useno Numukunda Dabo, the same way they want to kill him also. A political career. That is their intention, that's what they want. Let's call a spade a spade. Momo Yalogo is not Alala. Metonala follow you move forward. That was their intention. But thinking that they will and he is going to remain quiet with it. That's what they think. That's what they want. I am not saying Yankuba should come out and talk. That's not my stand. But what I am saying is it is a conversation they brought him in. I'm not going to comment he brought himself in. But they brought him in. And they have been doing it over and over. How many times Nana Makeda have been mentioning Yankuba Dabo's name in his post? How many times Nana Makeda have been attacking Brikama Era Council directly? Do you ever heard Yankuba Dabo talking about it? I respond. Because those are things he believes this go. Those are things. Let him play. Let him deal with all this. But to an extent where they drag himself, let's call a spade a spade. And it's about destroying his career. It's about career. They want to be the people to determine his future. When none of them, when he was becoming a mayor, none of them were people or advice for him to become a chairman. But now they want to determine his future. They want to determine his future. Let's call a spade a spade. They did not contribute financially when he was becoming a chairman. Now these are the people in the Wulikan a political career. Il left Kawole Tinya. And you want him to remain silent? Come on. Come on. You want him to remain silent? Leaving people attack personally. Maybe they want to make people to believe Mandinkola Fananti and is, but you know, with all the competence he have, or people might think he have, they still want to believe this code. They still want to believe this code because Mandinkola. They still want to believe her because of him being a Mandinka. If he is select over Talib, Mandinka Fasad. Come on, but when Talib was select over Mustafa Toure, Mandinka Fasad. When Talib was select over Musa Jambe, Mandinka Fasad. But who are they targeting? Who are they targeting? If you target, who is their key person? If you point, if you normal, if you tinala, what's their intention? And they want him to remain silent. After you know, after pointing guns on him, want to kill him, you want him to remain quiet. And you want him to remain quiet. But come on, what was his response? Now let's digest his response, because people have different thought, people have different mind, and Momo, you have your independent thought, you have your independent mind. Momo is free to interpret the way you want to interpret his statement. The way you want to interpret his statement. Now let's go into that. Let us all put our instinct, instinct soul put aside, and now let's go basically and analyze what exactly he has said. Did he condemn any other tribe? Did he go against any other tribe? No, he did not go against any other tribe. He did not mention any other tribe. He mentioned his tribe. He mentioned his tribe. Me alone mention. For any moment of selecting him is this mean go umandinga fasality. That's what he said. Let's call a spade a spade. And he feel like he's a member of Fokang now. He's not talking to everyone. Now whoever is a member of Fokang, or is a member of Barakang, or is a mayor of Miro Soto. It's a mayor of Miro Soto. Whoever is a Momo Yanongo, who let Miro Bebul. And you feel it's a Miro to UDP Mandinka Patiolity. Wole Mula Miro, Wole Mula believed. Yankuba did not say UDP is a Mandinka party. He did not say that. I'm awful. But whoever, Momo, Yalonko, it's a Miro. Ile Miro, your thoughts, ile Miro, ile thinkings, ile feelings. Because UDP is a Mandinka party. And you feel like, and you are not comfortable with Mandinka leadership. Whoever is not comfortable with Mandinka leadership, form your own party, form your non-Mandinka party. He did not mention any other tribe. You feel like it's a mirror. It's a mirror to call. It's a mirror. That's your own thought. That's your own thinking. It's a mirror. Go. UDP with Mandinka party, that kind of Mandinka phobia thing. That's your thought. That mula mirror. Go UDP with Mandinka party. And selecting Mandinka over Talib today, this means go Mandinka Fasale. But to an extent now, you mention someone's name. Ni ma moto for phone, then mo de jabi le phone. But ye mo le to for side. Ye mo le to for. And ye même farmer actually Mandinka do mat. So and you condemn at any point or any action or any reaction just look at the tar. Karata go Mandinka Fasale. But selecting whoever may I look at other tribe or manka was here the Fasat. Let us not be naive here. That is the problem. Problem when you be wallet. Sayako, ite me ya lonko, ite believe to wallet. Ite me ya lonko. you're feeling so naive for UDP Mandinka party. So it left the side, it left the Kajako, UDP because so Mandinka Nyaton Kaya when you Bolajel, when you Brukale. It a mel lato Mandinka Nyaton Kaya, when you Brukala UDP. It a mel lato wala, it a believe more. Iman la Mandinka Nyaton Kayala. It a mal la ko Mandinka Nyantaka, Mandinka Nyaton Kaya, it a mal la wala. Santeta Patiolo, Patiome Alongo, a Mandinka Nyaton Kayala. Because Willem democracy. That's your feeling. Willem will it is Santa Walla. But that doesn't mean Ko is referring to any other tribe. No. But at the end of it, what is the target? Hey, become a council. Many of these people, let's go. You know how you people have to know that this was a design thing. When Nana Makeda wrote this, Kevin Nana Makeda is okay. Jumale Asia, Alan Tilim Alatemola, Nana Makeda Lago Savero, Jumale Asia, Jumaleba Paraparakam, Jumaleba Siakam, Kabin Unusider Asia, Asabe, Jumaleba Siakam, Jumaleba Paraparakam Dula Beto. Jumaleba Siakam, let's call it a spade. Nana Makeda Lo Mandinga Taponing. Nana Makeda Mandinka Nandroni. Jumalle ba siakang na tola ko nyoy. Jumalle ba para kan dula beto. Jumalle o marinyoti. And why now? You know, some people will say because Roy was in iAfrica TV. But let me tell you something. Roy La Diamo in iAfrica TV has nothing to do with this. Roy La Diamo in iAfrica TV has nothing to do with this. Because Nana Makeda Diamo Kono, there is no position in Nana Makeda Diamo Kono where he mentioned anything about Rohila Diamo. So Nana Mala Diamo was targeted, was well planned. Because why? Because Milekeda recently become area council, the document recently, become area council in Motokuto Mensono recently, and Kabila in the social media, everybody was celebrating it. But how are they going to break that momentum? But, they can do it in other way around. But, to a point of now, targeting an individual, for a point of now, trying to kill someone's, political career, someone's future. Come on, you can do whatever. So this has nothing to do with, whatever Roy did, or Roy Memphis at iAfrica TV, that was Roy's view. That was all what Roy feel like, or what is happening to her. That is homo-royalty. Because that's what Roy feels. So homo-royalty. But to tell you the truth, this Nana Makeda Severo has nothing to do with what Roy and Memphis. This guy, Yunus Hadara Severo, has nothing to do with what Roy and Memphis in Africa TV. So nobody should mix this issue with Roy. No. This was something, it was well calculated and targeted towards Yankuba Dabo. Because the way things are coming up, and let us be fair to each other. We were all celebrating each other before. We were all moving each other before. So why can't we keep doing that? Why can't we keep doing that? Let's call a spade a spade. All this thing was going on. Yankuba focus was development. That is what give about focus. But however focus it might be, you more push to some certain level. Basically, Amarify retaliate. Because they push him. They push him to that level. There are a lot of things going on. But Yankuba will never talk about it. Hey, we know all what Kujama Balebe Kekang within Tolfon region, within West Coast region. Kujama Balebe Kekang, but you will never see Yankuba I think IBM. His own region. Aboriginal may hate Kang. Let's call a spade a spade. People will make think Yankuba just come up now. I mean, but just, I mean, a contrary actor. But wallahi, summa wallahi, ku jama balle be kekan. Ku jama balle be kekan. I swear to Allah, me in that. Ku jama balle be kekan jang. He here on the ground. But he will never talk about it. He will, what he did was he do the right procedure. He do the right process to get justice about some of those things. There are a lot of things, I mean, come on. People will think, I mean, he doesn't have patience. That's your thing. That's your thought. I wish you know. And he accepted all those ones in good faith. Politically. He accepted it. Politically, and we try to make sure that going. I mean, look, even, I mean, this issue, I mean, it's just, billahi wallahi ta'ala. You know, I mean, Tungo Mara now, I mean, if I but the likes of Tungo Mara, I mean, who doesn't know them? Kimalama were long. You know what I'm doing? So we know all what is going on. So, I mean, in reality, he doesn't want to be involved. All this Burhan, he doesn't want to be involved. His focus is to do development. Kadoko ke mole. Kadoko ke mole. Kujama balle be kerin jang billahi. I swear. Who call back within West Coast region jang politically. But I mean, for him it's like okay, it fall to his hand. He said, my focus is to deliver to the people. Jumala Bafolo Young Kuma is tribalist. Jumala Bafolo Young Kuma is this hey. Yankuba la council, Bill Kam era council la council. Go and look at, go and talk to the councillors, some of the councillors. In fact, some of the councillors I mean people will come with so many things. But it will like low, I mean manya like a divide. Manya like a divide. Manya naka divide. So that is what is happening. And Tonya for New. I mean, you know, for me, I'm not even reading. I don't bother. You know, because look, more be social media give a can, more be call follow can. But people with reasonable minds are also understanding all what is going on. A victim card game, is all about a victim card thing. Until better clarity, ha. So Janin remember, I mean, when the moment when people are trying to have both with card, hey, but it's only people Malayalonko, I mean, more Malayalonko, you know, I mean, in a Miro man Jamfa. Well, let her understand that. Molmel yalonko woleta understand. Molmel yalonko woleta understand. Billahi woleta la. Well, kemo momo yalonko. Ike mirale ika cross rokele. Billahi mobe yalonko what is happening in the social media and what is happening on the ground here. Menko unity. Beto yala follow nyoe na move. Ninko unity beto yala follow nyoe na move. Naga kilometer. We try to do all this, but Mojumalam, and I mean, let me tell you, because of Nimbura, that is why I have been quiet. That's why I was not doing any, I mean, not live for my best of Mughal live cake, because I know what's going. Because of all this Buha, I mean, I put my, so I just concentrate on my work. Because now you look at caring. I mean, let me just keep concentrate on my work. And I'm doing my stuff by myself. This is the reason, but it's going to a level I can sign, I can sign. Very simple. Let it happen now. Akwe diam sign, akwe ban sign. That's very simple. Akwe diam sign, akwe be ban sign. Yes. Akwe diam sign, akwe be ban sign. Na beg killing the sign. because na ko be jama dawla to nyala be fulaji and nun to nyala fota mol mel ya lonko wala left to nyala mol mel ya lonko wala be to nyala normal wallahi azim they will always go with to nyala akoy diam sai but I'm doing boy come on boy come on we have been so quiet for a long time. Be focused in the dokola. It's because we know at the end of it how it is going to be portrayed. That is why we have been quiet. Only focusing on our job, only focusing about national issues. These people knew. These people knew. It's hard for them to talk about some of the issues going on in the country. We're going to get a problem today about UDP, how to divide UDP. But you decide that that one, you decide the mission. The guy is on a mission. He's on a full-time mission. Because I do it like UDP, Alakana UDP, Alakana Gambia Danka UDP. I want to do Ako Alma Alakana Gambia Danka UDP. And he's praying, he's doing a lot of effort like Kekang. Pukaja go Weso. I want to because that is his prayers. I want to Diamukang. Ako Alma Alakana UDP, Alakana Gambia Police UDP. That was the statement of Yunus Haidara. He is working very hard. After seeing a moment, Mayor Longo, UDP can now come to power. But he will do whatever. That is his prayers. That is his everything. And people Mayor Longo, whatever party now, are dining and whining with him. After all what he is doing, they are dining and whining with him, celebrate him. Hey, we know there are some statements from certain people. Look, Alaji Sidia Fofana. Do you know what Alaji Sidia Fofana wrote? And this Alaji Sidia Fofana, we all know that Alaji Sidia Fofana, who he is. Mobe Alonde. And Mobe Alonde, Akajumala support. Mobe Alonde is on the whose support. If you have a Karaman Menda, Jumala Malo, Alaji Sidia Fofana long. At some point, that Alaji Sidia Fofana, I see that social media platform. You know what he wrote? Ako let us go. Ako Yankubaye Mira ala Kitiola. Billahi wallahi ta'ala. That was a statement from Alaji Sidia Fofana. That is in a platform there. And in fact, I have UDP Morocco platform. UDP Morocco platform. I have Alaji Sidia Fofana. Ako Yankuba Dabo Mira ala Kitiola. Before I be Mira la Nyaton Kayala. Ako Kitio be Siri Nyatole, Abe Yankuba Dabo Batunkan. Alaji Sidia Fofana. That is what he wrote on a social media handle soldier. And who is Alaji Sidia Fofana? Abe Jumal agenda Puskan. Abe Karana Morocco right now. Abe Karana Morocco. But Abe Jumal agenda Puskan Jam. You know, it's right time that Diamusinya killing Abe Bank set killing. Alaji Sidia Fofana, I want to say the social media platform is there, the screenshots are there. Ko Yankuba Mira ala court case la follow back. You see how these people, you see what actually they are doing. And I mean, I see the problem. You know, yes. I see the problem. That's what he said. I will. And all what is going on. Some of the writing. Yes, some of the writings. Let's do the politics. Hey, the only thing I believe ko, menyanda kanyum bango, men kanyim banko samba. It's going to be Dokuo. Hey, let me tell you something. Gambians, in 2016, actually I did not see you. Okay. Because I remember Bujaju Kabriya drop ako UDP man patriotic. In 2016, that was what Bujaju said. And later on, what he did was meeting attend. I remember in Britama, and he spoke in the platform Nyanya UDP goal Matombo, Baro select over him is because of UDP man patriotic. In 2016. Yes. So it's not only that. I'm going to go today. A lot of things happen. So mbado umetonya la fulo nywe. Nina tonya fo sai. Fitno membe bentema bebe banale. But nimman tonya fo.
Bayo.
Nimman tonya fo. Wallahi lazim is not going to work.
Bayo ni bara.
It's not going to work. So more Melialongo, actually, people Melialongo, they actually, they are so much compromised. And the people Melialongo, they will come up with their own opinions. That's fine. Momo era so like mira nyame. But it inanang eka fonte ko, ebe kafo men kono, kafo nyum kono, ite mumendi wol manya na keleje fenti. And you still want me to remain quiet. It's not a problem. But the moment you mention my name, you want me to remain silent? And you mentioned my name.
Bayo,
you mentioned my name. You want me to remain silent?
Songo.
Chimon family. Let's call a spade a spade. Wonderful, you welcome. Whenever you welcome.
Yes, ndebe moy kana mala fo tabe moy kana ba, nko wala fro confirm la.
Whenever.
Yes, ndeke moy la, nke moy very well. Ndebe moy kana, I can hear you. Ndeke moy loud and clear, so mala fo take moy wala. I hear you.
Whenever.
I hear you. Ndeke moy very loud and clear. And audience I don't know if the audience can hear me, but it's okay.
Actually, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Very loud and clear.
And the Tukulor, I tried to pick you, but Emasika. Maybe you can send a request. So guys, are you guys here in Wandipa?
You look, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit awkward. Let me come back.
And the Tukulor, you can send request.
Let me come back. About awkward like demanding. It become about audience come.
You can speak. The people are hearing actually but if people are hearing,
that's gonna be a little bit awkward. I will be back. Let me refresh. Let me come back.
So look, Mandinga Yakuo, Surwa Yakuo, Fula Yakuo, why is not the reason here? But when we are comparing people, or when we are selecting a leader, should we select a leader based on tribe? Should we allow that to come into our discussions? To select a leader, you select others over others because of tribe? Should we do that? Come on. Yeah, Andy Tuglor. Andy Tuglor. Andy Tuglor. Oh. But okay, but I don't know.
Batunga dia mo
I don't know. Mantale mo kanda actually. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, saya kamu lah kau di.
Oliver.
Yeah, engkau kamu lah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, anda pernah betul keluar mau kan?
Okay. Anyway, and I don't know, so you know, it's like I'm actually not hearing you guys.
Yo, ntol tuje ngati amo. So mini be duma la fa son koy kon kamwele ay ntol bula ngati amo ngata. Afa son koy ko ntol ay ntol bula altol min be duma la fa son koy ko altol kamwele because biri wonde fa be diamo nte ka wonde fa moyle no.
Yeah.
Nte lafta nte nata men na ja. Wala mo ko binni to rata paake baake kunu moment man do social media.
I know because somebody not cold soul men so that was
so sa mini be do mala fa son koy ko ayede en toliyedi amun toliyeji sa ja sa continue but we want people to hear our messages so mini be do mal safero ka ali fa son koy ko
okay memo kana say
yo alhamdulillah
Yo, bayo fa ikan dafa na mo ila say nga.
Asayan ka mo ila say. Thank you so much.
Yo, alhamdulillah.
How are you good?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
So yalong ikanyin Gambia je. Ntolbe ikonya de kulum barla bulala de miracle.
Miracle Tonya. Thank you.
Ntolbe be lori ne pour Adama Baroita.
Thank you.
Andung Allah new live on mina balating. Adama Barola mol nata dunna jele. Inata je munela. They are going to screenshot what you're saying. Yetaya samba.
Yes.
Alilla moy bagade.
Bela moy ka.
Niaje UDP election or lose. Mol ba foko ko sunaro le keta nyinenji nganto na fo nyoy. Alilla moy bag.
Thank you.
There are munafikol bi wala bijeno. Ka foko UDP altol la pete almu ne nalet. Altol ka be ben son kollet. Altol tribalist mol malti. Blah blah blah. What they did, what's up Katama Gambia like sign than anything else. Alta min keten on social media. Ika wala kundong. Ika kimole ka foko e mat. Itol ka mol lanon drong. Surwali yen sose yon all of you. Yen lan jesa ga gis nga. Ni yefi sose rek. Yeta passé. Ya fa fulo leko. Ni usen ba dabo ke president. Abal be send la putale. I know this for a fact.
Yeah.
I know this for a fact.
Yeah.
Wo be mine asabu UDP militants kamenke on social media. Wole WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Sonko ni aje te fongo mbela live ko no mbe sonkala. It's because ite bidin kelo be ke ka mo ma ko ite kelo membe ke re bijele no.
Yeah.
Ntole bata minge aja mela keloto. Ko bin nata jang Adama Baro nata jamfa yake ko Adama Baro fana yeta.
Yeah.
Nin tol sita ngal tol jalbe nyin ngiro ngaro la kan tol kumbondele.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you.
Team Talib, Team Yankuba, Team Rohilo, altol bele, altol le, aldam male al nyin factional samba la pati kono. Usenu dabo mal janjandi.
That's quite true.
Usenu dabo ay memuta fati. Mi yalon ko ninu mukunda dabo muteroti no. Alaji MC Cham. Wala mun tolla sikunda bi, atale mun tolla alfat. Fula di molam, apote URR.
Thank you.
So when you guys kafoko na party leader buka tribalism ke baral tolbe wolela.
Okay.
Party leader albula minna, albula noma.
Okay.
Yajen tolbe wulita during the 2021 election.
But sorry. What do you mean? No.
I think you mistake.
I want this point to be clear. No. I want this to be clear. You can't tell me tribalism.
No, it'll mistake. You are
the I'm talking to all of you. Yalon do bije mosina nta hanyite tlale wala nintara
No,
modo
no,
la
I understand you. No, I understand you very well. I just want this point to be very clear. You know, one thing. I mean, I respect you.
No, all of you.
I did when I saw you. No, when I saw you live, and then I from the beginning I want to take your request because I know how you are. You are a unifier in reality. They follow so many platforms also, and I follow you as a mentor in reality. But Nina, yes.
Yalo ni mo mala kumobang ita nata ya computer ka italo no kata dami.
Okay, thank you.
Katunta nini bedi amola bi.
Okay.
Nta ba mo mandin quote from Komba Gunjo.
Okay.
Mpa mamu float from Basse.
Okay.
Mama mi yamba wulu. She grew up in Gunji, so Walam. So, bari ninta diamta mo jamal fangu ikafanya ko. Ita dong you know you can speak Mandinka more than Wala because I grew up in Birkama.
Okay.
Nyimpa mo dubo jami alkaje ken. Atingon day sete atola mbadoma.
Okay.
So bari bukaje ntolka tribalism because nte kilimo fenke sabalema bari nak Mandinka kan fan katede. But anytime tribalism come I get pissed off. Ntalafta minete sonko Gambia ni ajen hanke telen sila telen nyimpen ko mbula mbeda men to ka continue.
Thank you.
Mbula mbeda men to ka continue.
Thank you.
Ntol begul telen tata nga muta UDP mo ka fontel ko ndamo UDP kolle. That's what they tell me.
Thank you.
But you know why I'm connected to the political elders? Ita jelentenga usenu da bonne. Ita jelentenga Halifa Salane. Hani Uncle Oje birani ya Adama Barotat. Hani bima wolingane even though I was disappointed because party lamno. But days nyinke balu dukare alake ale ibatata Gambiele ikeleta Gambie dukare alakana nyinke bal batandi. Mr. Dabo every single day nyinke no right now he should focus on his grandchildren. Baratola nyinkelo ngau albe kum sonkala mindoli safero ko biti safu ko tolom professor fi put on they can get the hits and the likes and the sharing. That is nonsense. We need to stop this now. Alton nyanda focus la menna wala alieta alia mol bondi Adama Baro ya lalka so that Adama Baro kana election katu Gambia no batata Gambia no torata ntole kelo bimbeke solo sanden afata minela electoral reform. Those laws have not been changed because Adama Baro, the current laws favor him. I told Mantara wo kelekang purka Adama Baro bondije purko liye falling al sita al bafalo ko taliye binke. Yankuba woni parera o kamba Yankuba nga kampake wala bi because Yankuba is my brother from the struggle. Yankuba menkente struggle o kono bini mor kantene ay kelo min kenya altol be malo nim parera ja ngata tele nga audio kiyaina. The reason why I'm told me along control we are activists mantra lato. This is why it's important for us to be neutral. Ninto nyanata the masa to nya fanyo binin tana numbe mbe Talib la camp lendi am try safa ka Talib le fasa nimbe usoni la bola camp safa ko but mbuka mo fasa. But there's one thing I'm going to tell you. I respect Mr. Dabo very much. Mr. Dabo e ba nendiro mi moy nyi Gambia kono jam alkaje la digol ko wala ka fempo fendala ko ngojate be alkaje le worka ko may ka fempo. No, you don't. Mr. Dabo altol ka kabula wala noma woto alafta minnal bula wo noma yaje wato minna ay tembo baji dunga yin fa fo fatu baji lamba or something like that. Bila o hire foreign ministry molie Mr. Dabo ni na fo ka bane bari yana Mr. Dabo e mineke ay WhatsApp audio lo bondi akonyi molie mbani mfanen imalon konte bani mfanga wol horomale bari mingo mi yewulo bambu ise ngaw ale o moyle Mr. Dabo ko mingo mi yewulo bambu ise ngaw surwal ka fole ko kubod haj buki bola. So Mr. Dabo ko buka kelo minke abuka fitino minke atro muna nalbe siring albo kelo albo fitino la simply because alda mali balla different three camp rohila camp nte wodente tukulorente nte ka rohi support men is one thing I will tell you guys. Biringaje ko Adama Baro Rafela be tamaka nyame Gambia abe gamme musol mako kambiyon bajo Adama ko fayro hibondi jando ngalo ko niro hita to feleta. The other thing is ndel lafta musol ya tara politique lota ngante city pour ro yewen alhamdulillah winta. So Alton Fana Nalia Keku, and you heard what I'm saying. Nalia Keku alia focus because adiata moya ko ya to la patiti I'll tell you NPP la adiata alia coalition with the smaller parties ntol be final ko to ngal ma koy adi adama bara buuse katu ntol activism ntol man petition. So we will rally behind any coalition. Me along ko wolo tele pour ka adama baro bondi je will rally behind you. But in ta kela no nal ba la kunta ya. Al tol bi jal be ngam ko kal tol da male ba tamu Gambia. Al be ngam ko tindia mo ni nonsense so le batinale election obi. Nin batinale for you to we need to lose elections again. When are you going to learn? Abi fonyo. Some community amad la mine ni wandi ba bareta. Nin tan ko fa. Because ya je mo dole bi je ni alon ko al tol ke mira nyame. Wol bu ke mira wo nyame. Al kana so mo ke na go ta kan. Alut bule alial te city alial mol recruit yana la fatito instead of alial tarajang albenyo kade kaje fe yunus hadra minke fente benke. That's all nonsense. We don't give a rat's ass about that. Asa continue na ndifele bota katin tol muke balati batata ning Gambia kelo lari. We want this to end. We want somebody to come beside Anama Bormi alon ka be Gambia malina I Gambia mi alon ko tole wala kele Gambia mi atina kanyi ba kanyi nyol fata Gambia mi atina ayatina solo tande nyol fata. That's the Gambia we want. But we don't want the Gambia you guys are presenting to us. Tribe does not build Gambia. Yaya Jamme kidol le babulu, but guess what? The activists until they will vote. Yaya Jamme kolo UDP TJ, activists or TJ, Joy TJ. We were all Gambians. We united as one and remove Yaya Jamme. Let's unite as one and remove Adama Barrow peacefully. Abaraka, Sonko.
Yeah,
I'm very
yeah,
sorry
yeah.
if I came across.
No,
I say this.
Jani Bidala, I mean, I just have this to say. Name my Bakele, and actually, Iladiamu is very important, and I really appreciate it. There's only one or two things I would like you to make those things clear, because I know you've been someone, you're outspoken, and like, I mean, you're always fearless in speaking the truth. So I just want to ask you this. Wala nyindu ko. Nying kome ya lonko abekeka, because iko Usenu Dabo. Because I want to that point need to be very clear. Usenu is not a tribalist. Usenu I mean bamum famu manding quality. But be a farmer man along a fire car member fulolity, and we all know that Usenu in reality. No, sir. In reality, Usenu is not tribalist, but don't let tribalism play. And no, I just want to understand.
What Bulaje wrong? Bira topico conclude and that tells you everything. You know, ako na kong kandidate and diamo man dia ya understand. So ngo bula inta dumalale. Barim bedde dar be ngoldo. Ya understand.
Wonderful, and I mean for a monkey capacity. And telling penke because yalonte ngatandi son koleleko kumodu nimoya kango jeje, so maybe they will question it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wonderful, just let me finish. He asked a very genuine question.
No, you know why it's not about because I mean anti to come member nte ba me nte wulu fufulo nte wulu dalo jori nte wulu nte ba me wulu, right? So okay, so anum nte yalo no nte silbo sonko nte manga tribalist anum buka tribalism buka tribalism so come ning at some point diamo kono ko come diamo nyinda so left because yalo mo lebe la mo kan, and I don't want melbe la mo kan come when you kuma kan nyeta at some point
yalo wala tinan ko ha no makandu man ko nyilla ko stop.
No, I was not following the comment. No, I was not following the comment.
Okay, because yalo ngamen foi. Adabadi ngodobi je ni makeku. Momi yalo ko they have good intentions for you binale apoy ko imakeku. It be whether you know this or not, you do have a big voice. I want you and the word big voice. It is struggle water when I tell me and the Bikelon.
Ali.
Ndaka beben sonko ninkelola nobody. Nitelanga miranko, okay, when you have people that look up to you, then you need to comport yourself.
Okay.
So wala na niente korosi, nindia mesongon tabukanda ke jen katara sirine. Nin ko pi birin dum tanga nin ko jen kijo yam fara. Nada ngaje ko tebe life ko alhamdulillah. Mbedum na nyina life auto ngam message ki Gambia do limini alon ko de anti bar. And
Yeah.
yes, I am anti-Barrow 150%.
Yeah.
So, Niajan Koyoko, Ntabe Diamola, I told every single one of you, Mbaldela.
Thank you.
Ningo mimbe siri ngibe sonko la ibe fenkele ibe kenkafa de ali ponyo. Usenu
Okay.
dabo batata gambele, nyinke ba batata gambele, atol ka torale. Because
Okay.
Albe Minna is not what he wants.
Okay.
Allah party leader. There are a lot of people ngaje ka ko numukunda usenu numukunda dabo. Usenu what you guys do actually you are making his life harder because nyimparingo anyantela na dum anama maringol tenda dingolu fenke dingol atondi nothing and you will be space time lebe kata lebe gelela. That's what he's doing. But in your weekend on email or nyimparingo I've been sitting about people how to address what you guys are doing.
Obviously.
But not only albale finding by but in more the do manili along ko alka mimbefo. The yellow messaging can be very dangerous. They'll take a clip of something. Me along maybe take a min for my mama, but if a clip of me samba, what like after tola. What I don't go in life bola.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's a better can damn and don't let I think come to drunk. Whoever hears it, ayaje, inyana and buffalo go here, you tribalism. So I
Okay.
just want you guys to comport yourselves. I told you leaders let aside. Muna, Mr. Dabandel be retired. I told Lebanon party continental.
Inshallah.
This party is not about Talib Benzura.
Inshallah.
Allah party is not about Lawyer Dabo. Allah party is not about Rohilo. It is not about Yankuba Dabo. The
Inshallah.
values and principles are lot of menkang. Bolemuko pur parifalingo ke Gambia so that we can get the Gambia we want. That's what your manifesto said.
Inshallah.
But it's saying I told communicating that is not what your manifesto said. So I was just very hot.
No, thank you. No, I really appreciate your advices, and I am so glad to see you. You know, in our young to address everyone. I mean, you are our mother, and like I say, I look up to you as a mother, and I look up to you as a mentor because everybody knows to glory in the struggle. So, and you've been in the struggle up to now. The struggle, basically, our unity is your concern, and that's what I believe. And anybody who feels like, I really welcome that. So I thank you so much for yes, thank you so much. We appreciate. Thank you.
So
No problem. It's all right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Okay. Ondos.
Yo, bye any bara. Me kondo na be listener be kondo.
Thank you.
Come at the end. Let's just go forward. Come ila to comment. Ngani yo kendo wala mola. Ni ngani kendo ten dollar nung wala tinyaro. Uman jare ka finti. Tinyaro uman jare live kala. Tinyaro jare putia guys jaf. Ko tinyaro atel kariada dada.
Yeah.
Tinyaro very easy. Ko sanyi keme yemen do kelo ka tinyaro clicking. So ning tinyaro da mala tinyaro. So I hope people here on they just people listening because we just want to continue to put because some bio question mute no bang ilan noise ning wala malam for noise ka okay yes good maningol kamen for wrong suti kuma balo kamen jaman ke kairadi so once in a while if you are leading you need to speak so omanke nyindi ka fo man go divisive statement so all in all lafta moli fen clean understand nying debate nying diamo be wulendi bira commencer tan tel ngam fo wala nyindi ko amang healthy so bari nak mol me yalon wolle be yamaro labbi I think inyanta wodula jibela la anu ma fo kamur ko maka fo man fen fo we are not going backwards before let them come forward and make sure that make sure nyindi diamo stop because this is an active manke commentam that we are addressing there is still potential for something to happen so left all la moli understand ko men ya lonko ye council and mol me ya lonko ye voice they come together still now it is not late they can still intervene and better heads to prevail because the conversation is not healthy this flag bearer is anin Cairo manna UDP bira nata drong anin diamo lenata and then I felt create within the party me ya lonko woning different ko nyi mankilim fa cover camp I learn of no return like create for some people in my opinion and I have said this nko some people have gotten into a land of no return. So, and the parties should not watch their militants get into this territory. And what is this land of no return? Well, if you are supporting, let's say, just I want to be, I'm sincere about what I'm saying. Let me just say Yankuba. If you support Yankuba, itila kobe Yankuba support until atarafuta to an extent ikadabo fango doya Yankuba nata rafafuta to yalon ko dabo fana ayalon because in social media mbebe janne dabo fana ayalon saying UDP executive yalon ko ite okay mom ite Yankuba ko rete bolta be jarele la fang ye dabo ye fem for dabo mo yalon ko is undesirable just na flodo secondary
Whatever. I whatever muta. I don't know what's happening.
sorry na call mute nada left a moment lamoy ye many along ko ye voice or kadiam no mole kalamoy isenyi lonko nying is a reality in UDP ntemu multi me alonko nka dundulal adu dol fo sa fo ndabe nyin diamoto. But I'm saying this essentially nganying cross la and it's a reality mol bi jël many alonko they have gotten into this land of no return me alonko ni tata je buka muruno because ya akatar ye kumol fo daboma so it will come menje dabo in a UDP leadership it will man future so and therefore they are not going to oversee it so no marina take mote me alonko aka Yankuba le support abe tulo damalto naka rohile support o Talib lam abe tulo damalto naka atondi bayo sonko le support abe tulo damalto. This is something that is very very important mol nyanta ya hakil tuje UDP kebal nyanta nyindula address lale wala nante ko ye party flag bearer isuning kafo komanko is not a healthy conversation ngabula aside follow maybe ni be a bold step tale safu mole dronko nyil wati karle mbakela ya understand constitutional water let them just come out and tell us this is what we are going to do but nyama people will continue to get into this land of no return and it will not help ibesiya kan sign den sembulo continue dola bari nga ku kilin long wala ngalon ko loya da be yamfule be manole killing anda be accommodate no la killing adu ngalon ko hikan aso dem hikan asa kenol fay mol kikan aytandila ko nganyim ko bang bari natala nyin keta kulete melan ko we cannot go back we have to be forward looking ko ketala ketale ya understand but ni UDP leadership sita menu kadna kay ko mol feja ni mol dunta nyole be diamula ye but fo mol me yalon ko wala kata into this land of no return isiata UDP kono UDP la fragment be sialal alka ikamodo to feja ni tara la timeline of on buka je baro criticism buka taraje Talib agenda promote abe sometimes abe posting kala o afungeta comment abe Yankuba ning ala council tala be castigate la yala wosifa no be kere woman healthy hanar ron ko nte wandi fanka wala ke lesse nte fanaka to Talib le no manala council mol o fana man healthy so we have to be genuine and sincere in our approach ko lafta kairola anu nin ko lafta kairola ni land of no return men ka create within UDP abe expand kan anu na expanda the extremists abe on one side le it's only going to be one thing wala nyini ko it has to be omari o extremists ol ka fo yemen tombo e bol tomona wala the noise will always be negative UDP manyana sona nyina inyanta ñu stop la at the core of it adu unfortunately bayote along ntengalong amanjere kachaye futa wobeto bar molu menu yalong ko itata foila ko jareta pour que address duma la kafutema yala wolati nal ka jen kadiamo do bije alta understand bar dol bije manke man diamo yede you can sit here yellow ada blame all you want nte wandi fa am a witness ko ye mol ki mol kanne ye mol de sotle ye diamondi robe ko la de fail to listen ngamira Yunus Haidara kuno mboda men fola na video alo diamu do men aya wulende last time akera nyaadi de atara Spain meeting dulaldo ye hormone bunya be diala abota je afona ta ye apologize akay menka ma keku o be kola anata nan afintita nanara kuma do fo me yalonko abe loya daba do yakan so saying ni land of low return anyanda stop la to nyala bar diamo nyanda kala do liede still now because no one thing rhetoric nyin kata nyamen among healthy for the party adum mo jamala nyanta mo do wi nyanta la ego talale ya siaka maybe including the phone ko conversation ni man healthy nyi diamo men be mba kono atela nati why not nga diamo tuje ni ko ay tuje e dol ko amanya na tulaje yaje nyim fam nyina mu the base of the contention among healthy tale nte bakala yake yetabula in this land of no return ni futata ye criticism ke nganyul men foten ngam concrete evidence le soto ko molel bije min yalon ko wolle dabo fon castigate le ye bangala fereng ya itandi koy mal la fala fereng so atara fa futata level da adu any reasonable person yemin yalon ko ye Yunus Haidara la kumo fay ike nyin kala ka mun nyina la patio kono yalam patio fana manke woti de bayo patio ka lole pour ka mol natina bara manke patio buka mo busade Yunus janna join akama left patio la a jointa anata ako manna unity la nga kunu nga video kana video do mo left la yen kuma ne bari nga ka public la ika Yunus ka fada me kama na UDP unity la mo yen kuma ne ba video kilele a joining banno kola ako he is not in UDP for unity akate he is not a conformist, he is not going to conform another party ako ko I'm not going to conform so party need problem of anabe jibe adama wajabi bakede mo dandan them and that needs to be addressed say mune batina Yunus be sila ako ate dabo bunyala ako ate party nomsol bunyala abuka fo dama aka safe anu ngaja ka tarabula burari wodro ne noma yala o mu quality wo nyanda address dal so kunu meye dimba wulindi wala nana mala foko mandinka kuo so ndebe men fola wala nyini ko let's move away from that but it is very very easy prime is construe tribe ko ya famle hani maje maybe diam la famo misspoke ta jang aya do man nim fa ka kele ate bo wala nyama wala nante bugala mo lay jam faji wala example o menti atama ser do menta kita esa falbul har man man timma and I'm not here to criticize anybody lafta nyum fola drum promo be salon ko aka keno even the best among us aka kembulle esa fal e criticism do le receive no me yalon ko yata famo esa fal na la patio yo wala criticize ye tribal sentiment sol fay kan an rhetorics esa fal birabe kering aya mirano UDP leti bari interview na raso me yalon ko atara wut mon defana man sawarde mbaka posting la bar mol yajal bare interview leki esa fal interview kata viral ako aya mirano UDP te bara nata dum atara kita NPP leti so tribalism do fana men na UDP bala laftali ya understand ko perception la wodi wo manke reality ti mol la perception la wodi wo manke reality ti adu wo mol fanal bi janne sako social media na rake wat bulati damente yalonko hani wandi fa me yalonko abuka hani ka mo nya kono jiba si ala laran kay audio bula fonyo kono ay dunia be ay pare ka dunia be mala so wo mol men yalonko ike ma bo keyboard ko me ke ma bo microphone ko me ka dimba mala wolle na tay nyin tagla ndolkan so wala nante tribalism diamoji mbafula ko let's just move away from it and go forward but we cannot go forward when UDP continue to create and accommodate people many yalonko wollel be nyin land of no return wolte tarno la dabo kuto feren bari to yalonko ye fennel fo dabo ma ye la fi bali yala itandi dabo la ni dissatisfaction so to liaji ko dabo nente keno la fente UDP atre to fana lena kumaji because jama be politiko ko ne ngolela so this is common sense. Party leadership should seriously consider this. Anu nimmo tar fafu tata extreme and ko Yunus tara dami bari Yunus ko ate mola moela ako he's a non-conformist ako any rules and principles ate manke wodi ako amang tabula la cult kono amanke colti mobe nyanda free la yetafo ni ngata don ko ndol ko nyina mun na dimba mala rangote na patio kono nena man dimba men na patio kono ngawji je because of this ning ate kate conform la patio man na wajela ko mo bayran wala woti they should be very comfortable to come out ka bondi patio kono ka itanda la control man sulela na patio kono. It will be very easy. ABC. It at anywhere. Patio hanarungo adialong patio be nyame. Ndema fo mala fi UDP 2026 yelo de. But patio manke nyinde dronko anyenda ala nafa be tata nada. Anyenda state house le sotla. Patio nafa manke wote. Patio mu institutional di. Inyenta lola le ay principles sol soto. Ilefta kudo e tama masakunda ko ne kada de kabiri fon le ya. So discipline bo kono aninka mol reward. Wol bebe jelo. Nimmo le ku kendol ke aliye reward. Nimmo dole ku jawge aliye punish. Baralbe Yunus bulala tenne Yunus will out of all of us, including the Wandifa. Sam for party nyaron ko nyanta sila ba yen jibe ba. Ibe Yunus bulala, Yunus kanna mol marasa aka problem onati. Ni Yunus ya wake, na ko aka Wandifa letinya wala pour Wandifa se chance bula ala candidate ye o atanga ni o momoy. Askeno atebo women ke kam bara ate moli ate joko tinyar lalam dimba malalalam. Sa se kutinya o marié même fana be wo mari noma ni wo mari tije menya na tariya se kutinya o fana warsa Yunus be pati yo nyinati nyaka so wala nande ko UDP nyanta wullale kana je ko dabo la nyin accommodation dabo nyanta ku kilim understand na be punishment kono bi wala ala beteati anala sono ya adunde wala tina yankuba la statement tenga endorse la 110% ko nyin meta deirine molmi yalon ko e kanyi manya sifaka meta deiri la kolal UDP buka action ta against anybody adum atetano la tenko nyama patiyo nyanda kukelal bari nga kukelelo nak ya maro e kawkel bari ndefa ngo sen diata ngalon ko lada boy molu ki molu kan pour ye diamu e dumala ko la fa nyimbula be ko kilinati jan menu manke media kunoti so that means aka move reach out nole ka fu molu ko al tempo bari ni mari man tempo sila be kala amanta no wolo so wala nan ko he's a victim of ala betea anala sonoya so yankuba la finto nan ka fo komen ko alinyi men sako nana makewa ba ko manke tinti ala finto nan ka condemn ndema wo condemn ndema wo nyinyande la because nyin kamen fo carrot and stick amanna tinyar la nyin do nyin meta do la ji do ma wok maybe nyanta nyin do fana trial sai because Yunus pabi ya horoma ya punya birana Angleterre aya to fo ya acknowledge ay microphone diala birana Spain ya punya ya horoma podium diala ya acknowledge microphone diala si nya fula Yunus ay dara yala man sanji saba maka UDP within a very short period of time yenyim be ka UDP la ika consult hanat mun ko na police da da fa mun fa be kala dafa wona dia dibe do ja ko de nyim fo nya man kenye ko ko akonya ko yenko police fenko dole am contribute jele crip kara so that means han dumale ka consult intellectually prior contribute say Yunus la UDP mun kay ko tek so UDP barin ko roge fana na bula lafta men folo wala ñu ko in summary in patio manyana establish kama ko ngabula dron ko men ko no man's lalem ya ona sane nomadic animal malbe taka wonya no there should be reward just like come there should be punishment amanya na taro ni abula wonyama sama ni Yunus ndem fon ka jam tan je sa fo woni fa ko ka so no ni sama kuma do fa mbe kapala danga kuma do fa ko woni fa wotinyata anda be nyim bondi la mo jamala ko he is going to bring the worst out of many of us but yo manya na sonna nyinela na fata nyinela ala baraka ba ko to ke fana so
much. Thank you so much, Wonderful. Abaraka. Yeah, brother Ika, inumbala. You're welcome.
Abaraka bake, Sifo Sonko Gambia, kontom bake, nga Wonderful kontong Gambia dingol kontong. I've been behind the scenes so many times, and I believe more Jamal will reach out to me, and including journalists that you be coming ko I'm missing on the social media. Tubabudu hajole bejam. And more you go through turbulence and hard times, but we hope it is nothing out of the ordinary coming hajol siata bulumuto keta. Bari Albert discussion o min kekang ajari talenga o conversation also. I really concur vehemently. We need to have this conversation, real conversation. Jama ntefonka safero kele wato dolo people would see me coming online either on Kasa TV or Latin Kamaraba official to shape my mind on the discourse regarding Gambia Latanya to Nyimbenyame. But oftentimes when we talk about Dolfangota Madam Mamfang Lapati, let us begin with that because Bao Sain Cool Yulbe Walleto. As far as that is concerned, Mobuka Tambi bara jaukela minka bara kendo ke wala ka jaumake sama ando niya jaumake molu ba lon na kominko kunu ye betema jama bala fanam fonke with the issue of nying flag bearership kanafo nana maketa la post nying here and there. I have great respect for this guy Nana Maketa, but I am the individual min follow fanga attack nkaya ko ye min fo aron tole awato nyimmansi because mo jamal ke ya kela Tonya near ku for nying Nana Maketa ku jamal lel familia lon koy beteata ay ku kende jamal level bar bi fana nana tay ku fo o molu murtana ko ay ko bi yenyi min fo o man betea ngamera as Gambians as Africans nyanta lon na call we should not grow beyond apology nyinga no African wala aka mol batande wala ja the back and forth is not healthy amantara patio makoy kan andunga mantara a certain tribe fana makoy kan banko nyinkan ando wandify da dula min for wala nyenteko the leadership of the United Democratic Party nyantaka wulle kanyinku sifal address yes most importantly because ndaga safele mfanga ya safele ko the one formidable candidate bi alonkon sulatala ndaga jube komen ko tonya na flag bearership senko nying inko William Shakes atonde nga yala ya fole ko insanity. Nyamati amumunity. Nyamati amumunity. The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over and over, and you expect a different result. So UDP as a party, mfananyanta graduate from the old same old kabrin 1965 for time. Be the ningol beja. Tonya keba kumata society konala bari. Dindingol fananing expertise in skill set jamal nata melia along konyem flag biarasip nyenenta da madam mamo. I really agree with attending what's the name Wandifa Memfo. Wala mnyente ko this flag biarasip kuo nyin sanying UDP nyanta formula le landila nyim palaso nyin naka jube konko molka primary kenyaming in ila running mates will fangot be na you also select wo it will be healthy so that to put a stop to mol milba falako jamala mo la flag be nko UDP party to be a lonko a warata bakele ala waro nyimmo kende jamal lelbeje isa account for more willy killing milia lonko they are potential candidate but dollar difference over Lila on the fact that konko we want anybody but Adama Barrow na Bangkoka, but not only anybody fanam UDP fananyanta kakaranne na karamo minke ya jamneto nga karamo minke Adama Barrow to man la fi o mistake o nyena soto ko denke to select anybody because
very key point
yeah, because woka wol nyanta kala nya wala dala wala kendiko hada madingon ka karan tariko lela tariko nyin kan karan dimin na wala nyintiko kunu ye mistake o ke damin to be nyanta evolve la out of your shell, you learn from that, you open a new page ikana o mistake o nyin repeat ko tangen ne woten nko the trend kata nyaming okay ba on tolbe mu UDP that is the party me along control be subscribe tala bari nimmang hakilo to tenten ka 2026 ming ngaba wo 2026 it would be a lost cause in the sense that ko mobe la feta fankela sula kumpangolet nko en tolbe di amunde nyim party okono because nte I say anything as far as the truth is concerned nte ka fole nka faraba nyantanne nte boda ko mafa babantan bari nka faraba nyantale ke to nyante buka o sika iko nka tonya minfo atonya nyin is so obvious ingeleta akula baba bake but at the end of the day mfauna telanga telefono tikani usenda bodia mutanka ko nko kama maslaha soto de maslaha soto in the sense that ko tonya be daming wala munyenti ko nko ni mo corruption o monete wala mtilimbalia ni wo tilimbalia keta ngi mari lo monele yeta mansanyato mansaye soronga ikululo leyakan but ninta fundita nko molu kanyen corruption olo abuse of office anen ku jawol mimbe selective justice mimbe na Bangkoka puri kana wo sifa nyenke ko den ni gon teka inte director bakale maybe wobe mollel bondilam ko nko ni wobe molu bondila UDP support ola wato molu man la fisiratal mustaki masiro ando in the Gambia 97 to 98 point something percent wolko e beke yaka alhamdulillah Allahu Akbar dino la wala mtilimo and siratal mustaki but at the end of the day Mimbe kerim patio nyinka niye na nama keta minfaron tale. He is wrong. Andum na kebale mati nkae ko ye man sakunda jamal whole accountable in this country ka jube ebe tilimbali al minke be kuma jawo when they misspoke. When they misspoke, you come and here for a coming call wisdom teje anum charisma fana mantara ko nyinko na bi eta mo kilio ni nata you misspoke for some other reason. Pa o molbe pati okono UDP is a diverse party. Momo can nakin the Mandinko party like Etamari, you are insincere, you are disingenuous, and you are very dishonest. Uomo kulete miya la lota. But moving forward, nyantaka minsoto wala mnyenteko mfangolo yake demokrato ultiba. Mo jama be nyentu adu Bangkoka iko ifaye ko ha democrats so le munte ni muntelte nka mol tolerate le but they are very intolerant. Because ni nata ni a mistake or can you ko ye diamo ye na apology can no they ended up back and forth here and there and that is not healthy. Woman ke personal growth mominity kabiribe Gambia Bangkoka ye karambonga kabirin grade 1 primary 1 cut off primary 6 ye common entrance ke na 4, fast forward, B, even America Jambanko can, alhamdulillah, you are serving in the most respectable army of the world. Everything bela so marry, you are not only a nobody, you are somebody because you can come all for more Jamalake Yakela. And near Kumakan do for more nata the pico, it a more manding quality, and you yourself you are branding the same UDP party for Womu Mandinka party or is constituting as a cult modo lafitaka Mandinka party. Yalon that does not pass the test of truth. Woman ke tonyati because aba kende la ko party ke balu ila doku kendol min ya beke nyim party okono wo doku le be kole ala ye min be doku sanji mwanen feng amlonta ko one statement ye fonte doro wo yo doku kendo nyim be tinya nyanta kan hakilo tuola mol be ka mistake okay including myself but yankuba dabo e min for man tanala fango jeje ko you see nyine montela difference with people. At the end of the day, Bialombe America Jan, Mr. Trump Wulita, immigrants will buy la million along crime ke market. And don't na market and bebe banko tanja. But the sitting governor of Los Angeles, wo funditala tandiko. Mr. Trump a violation because a manyanka national guard ke deploy yetao. Every state in America here, they fansun tamandirinya lel soto. And what tamandirinya niaje moli and yimbanko respect tamandirinya lebeje because institutional lelbeja mili alonko ikatama they are working. So new woman sitting governor woe diamo fo ako Mr. Trump will I nyiminke arontale. So equally Mr. Yankuba Dabo, I mean for kasitije. Nko Nimu mandinko sove ya tandile ko mandinko le siata Gambia Bangkoka. But more be in Gambia Bangkoka million lonko day in day out they want to vilify ka mandinko doya ke caricature ka kuma ba for intolngalo na kombe. Hello?
Okay. Now Mole call. It sounds like somebody calls you.
No, Moman call.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Mandinko, they constitute a very good chunk of the population according to national census na Bangkoka. But in Nabelari Wonyama, Manyanka Geto, Molu Nila Kitaka Palato Soto, Mandinko use to get them to office. But in Nata office Okone Kanasi, Kaomandika killing all the doy. Uncle in tribe issue, tribe movement is very dynamic and very unique. More, this shows the beauty of us. Tajube ko itamu jolaleti, itamu sarahulelti, itamu fuloleti. Ning mandinkol sulata ngaken one of my program let. Kata ni molla ko nka nonol soto jamal lebol ngamera fulolem. Because of